Well, just to let you all know, from my last video I did, I was talking about going to a bike show, and I was under the impression it was on November the 8th, and actually it was on November the 10th, and I couldn't make that. I couldn't make it. So, needless to say, I didn't go. I'm not sorry that I didn't go, but then again, I am kind of sorry, but there'll be others. For sure. Another thing I want to mention is I owe an apology to you people out there, because I've been telling everybody, when they ask me about the bikes or about this particular bike, I said, yeah, well, look them up online, lcquadricycles.com. Well, unknown to me, the company have changed their name. They're no longer LLC Quadricycles. They are now called Vierbike Quadricycles. And I got on their website and I started looking, and these bikes went up in price quite a bit. You used to be able to get this bike between $1,800 to $1,900, somewhere in that area. And now they're $2,124 for the standard quadricycle bike. That doesn't include the recumbent seat. You just get the regular seat. You're not going to get this full bar on it. You're not going to get a custom paint job. You're not going to get the black rims. That's all cost extra. So for me, when I ordered this bike, because I asked for the recumbent seat, I asked them to extend this bar out to 36 inches so that I can accommodate a canopy for it. I also asked for the black rims because they only come in silver. They're not even chrome, they're silver, and I didn't like it. And I also wanted a custom paint job because they only come in 6 basic colors. So by the time I finished with all these extra things, it cost me $2,784. Get it shipped to my door. Now it would cost you close to $3,400 for sure. So I just thought I'd let you know. Excuse me. I thought I'd let you all know. It was unknown to me till I just decided to, look up online and see what's going on, and come to find out, holy smokes, they changed their name, and I've been telling people, giving people the wrong information. I apologize sincerely. So if you're still interested, you can look up Vierbike Quadricycles, and you can probably, order a bike. They'll do whatever you want, but you'll just pay out the nose for it, that's all. Like if you want to put an electric motor on it, it's going to cost you a lot. Anyway, I just thought I'd throw that out there and let you all know. Okay, I'm doing a run test on these lights and this tail light, running off of this 12-volt lithium battery. Has a real nice battery case holder for it. It's been 1 hour so far, so I'm hoping to get at least 3 hours. If I can get 3 hours, then I'm going to go ahead and put them on the Quadra. I ordered some aluminum tubes that's going to fit over these. Come out about 8 inches. Where they'll mount on here, and I'll keep this one in the center. And I also got my motor plate, 1/4-inch aluminum. It's 12 by 17 inches, which is going to fit right here in the back. So we're doing a run test on these lights. These are pretty cool looking lights. See how this works out. Running really good. I'm getting ready to go to phase 2. I got the aluminum plate, and these are the lights I'm figuring I'm going to be using. And also we got the chain guard. I I changed my idea about how I'm going to have this welded up in the back. But this chain guard's going to mount something like that. Just like that. Actually, there's a mounting hole here and there's a bolt hole right there. And it'll bolt right up. So that's kind of cool. That way I don't have to worry about the kids getting their clothes caught in it or their fingers. I'm just going to go ahead and weld out the L on each side. I'm not going to do the ones over the top. I think just the L around will be enough to hold this from flexing. So if I can get at least 3 hour runtime out of this battery, it's good enough, because I don't ride out in the dark more than 3 hours. Probably an hour and a half to 2 hours. Right now we're working on the 2 hour mark. It's been running for over an hour now. So this is a pretty bright tail light on the back of the Quadra. You know, and if I wanted to, there's extra wires here for a blinker. So you can have a blinker on it for left and right hand turns. But I don't think I need that, because I won't be out in the street that much with it. So we're moving towards phase 2. So what I got planned on doing is tearing the whole back end apart, because what I want to do is I want to get the same hub design on this side. So I'm going to put the same type of hub on it. So I'm going to pull the whole back apart and put a new axle on it. So that's going to look pretty cool. That way it'll match. So I guess the next thing to do is take the tires off, the tubes off, get the rims off, and take them down to the bike shop and have them start despoking and respoking to a 4-inch wide rim. So I put 4-inch tires on it. I'm hoping it's going to help settle this bike down a little bit, because it gets a little squirrely, like when you hit bumps and stuff. It wants to do that kind of thing, you know, sway. And I also got my box here, all my stuff in it. Here it is. This is the dampener, steering dampener, which is going to get hooked up. I have to make up some special brackets for it, but it's going to get hooked up in here somewhere. From here, and some kind of bracket off to the center there. So that'll be it. Now with the steering dampener on, with the wider tires, I think it'll settle this bike down, so when I do the high speeds, it's not gonna be doing this thing, swaying all over the place. Because I took a lot of slop out of the front. Before, it was a lot worse. I can probably tighten them up just a little bit more, maybe. I probably will do that. I'm kind of excited about getting the phase 2. So after I get all the things done on this bike I want to get done, there's a forward reverse switch I'm going to put on it. I'm still going to be looking at the USB port. I didn't buy the right one and I blew it up. So I'm going to get my voltmeter and take a voltage reading off of it, make sure it's the 5 volts. And then my next project is this puppy. This thing's gonna get a mid motor, 1000 watt mid motor, and the battery will sit in here just perfectly, no problem. There's plenty of room. And it's going to get this Da Vinci hub, which is up here, right there. It's a gearless type of hub. It's really made for electric bike. In fact, that hub was on this bike. but it was too heavy for, because that thing weighs like 12 pounds. It was too heavy for a pedal pusher, so I took it off and put a 3-speed, internal 3-speed on it. It served me well for many miles. I don't know how many miles I got on this thing. Yeah, it won't come on now. Battery, no, it came on. 3,600 miles. So it served me well. So that'd be this one. And this one here is going to get a front hub system on it. So these are the next 2 bikes I'll be doing. So I'll get this one done, and I'll have all electric bikes. Now I'm going on the 2-hour mark, still going good. So shit happens. Check again at the 3-hour mark. No, we're on the 3-hour mark. So I'm gonna let it burn for another half hour and check on it, because 3.5 hours is good enough. Then my next thing I want to do is I want to see how long it takes to charge it up. You don't want to deplete these lithium batteries completely, because you lose the cycle. So let's see what happens, because I don't think my rides will be any longer than 3 hours to start with, let alone 3.5. So we're looking good. I think this is going to work for me. Okay, we're at the 3.5 hour mark, so this is good enough. So I'm going to terminate this test right now. So what that means basically is I can go ahead and hook this up onto the bike, wire it up. So now the next thing is to see how long it takes to charge. So it's got the red light, so when that goes green. So it's 10:20 right now, so I'll check on it in an hour and see how long it takes to charge it. This is good. I got 3.5 hours and I didn't completely deplete the battery, and that's what we want. So that's good. Okay, it's just a little past an hour, about an hour and 2 minutes. And you see I got double green lights, which means the battery charged up within an hour, and I used it for 3 hours, so that's good. That tells me that I didn't deplete the battery hardly at all. I probably, imaginary, I probably only depleted a quarter, because it charged within an hour, because I'm sure this battery takes at least 3 hours to charge if it's totally depleted. It's from my experience with lithium batteries. So a good idea with lithium batteries is, number 1, never deplete them completely. Number 2 is when you go to charge them, let them rest for about 30 minutes before charging. That way that helps the battery, because you let the battery settle a little while, it'll kind of, the charge level will come up a little bit. So wait the 30 minutes, then charge it. So this is going to work out real well for me. So what we'll be doing is, once we get the motor plate in, we get it welded up in the back, we get it all painted up and stuff, I'll mount the battery. I'll mount another terminal block on the other side and run all the wiring on it. So it's going to work out real well. So basically what it's going to do is, when I go and sit on the bike, all I do is flip on one switch and it turns on all my lights, except for this one. This one will be for the daytime, for flashing, or if I need it for at night, if I'm on a real dark road and I need the extra light, I'll flip that on. So in essence, way worth it. I wasn't sure if this is going to work, because this is actually a motorcycle battery, but it's a 12 cell. Excuse me. It's a 12 cell, so that means a lot too. So it's a strong battery. It's going to handle what I'm wanting it to handle. So we're going to go ahead and throw that into phase 2, along with the motor plate and the welding up, and a reverse switch, a USB port, the headlights, tail light, the chain guard, and I'm going to try and figure out some kind of a cover for the motor. But yeah, and of course the wider tires. So I'll be tearing this down probably probably at the first of the year, because you know Christmas is coming and I got all the decorations I got to do and shopping, and I'm gonna be kind of busy with that. But in between, I'll try to tear this down in between. So, conclusions and plan of action. First thing we're going to do is get this thing up on some jack stands. We're going to remove the tubes and tires and take the rims off and get those down to the bike shop as soon as possible. Then the next plan of action is to go ahead and remove this complete axle on this side. Remove this axle completely on this side. And when we reassemble this side, we're going to upgrade it to the same hub system, driving wheel hub system on this side, so that they match. And while it's apart, we're going to go ahead and take off the motor plate, speed controller, seat, get all the wires out of the way, and then call up the welder to have them weld that L from here out to the axle housing, and then these tubes here, extend them and weld them onto that L to strengthen it, to eliminate the flexing. And then after that, then we can move on to all the other things I discussed in this video. So that's a plan of action. So I want to get these wheels down to the bike shop as soon as possible. So I'll try to get that done this week. I'm going to try. I can't guarantee it, but I think, you know, we got to start somewhere. So we got a few things on the way. We got the motor plate and everything, so we're getting there. So thanks for watching, and stay tuned, and hit that notification bell and subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet, and keep abreast what's going on. I think it's going to work out just really good.